It's official. Anthony Taylor will be officiating the Brentford versus Chelsea game on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. kickoff, straight after the international break. It's becoming an absolute farce now, and that this man is able to officiate Chelsea games when there is a clear agenda, there is a clear motive from his side, his angles, that he doesn't favour Chelsea whatsoever. Now, this is not one of my agendas, this is not me being biased whatsoever, because I can give you countless examples, and I'm going to be providing you the evidence. I'm going to be providing you countless examples and evidence of why this man should never be officiating and reffing a Chelsea game. But here we are once again, thinking that Anthony Taylor would never ref a Chelsea game. He's reffing another one against Brentford, which is a crucial game, by the way, because if we don't win, we slip and we lose our status as league leaders. And this is a massive game away at Brentford, where they've had 2 weeks rest. They've had 2 weeks to focus on our game away. A hostile place of fans, full fans in the stadium. Players from our side returning from international duty. We don't historically do well at the game after an international break, and it's away from home. A place where Liverpool failed to win, and a place where Arsenal have been simply demolished. Thank you very much, Brentford. You're welcome. Take our 3 points. I mean, it's becoming an absolute joke now. It's embarrassing. How many games do I have to analyse when I have to keep saying that there is a campaign against Chelsea, especially from Anthony Taylor's side? Jose Mourinho once said there is a campaign against Chelsea. There is a campaign against Chelsea. I'll play the clip right now. Here you go.
You think there's a campaign against you?
Yes. That's not against me, because I'm not on the pitch. Against Chelsea, yes. Against Chelsea, yes.
Bell notification and leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We'll also be delving into a little bit of the international break as well, giving you guys some positive news in that regard. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner on track for Germany in the World Cup qualifiers, cementing Germany's place in the World Cup group stages. Kai Havertz getting on the score sheet, Timo Werner scoring a base, scoring a fantastic, fabulous score. We'll be delving into that towards the end of the video. But after I get over my analysis, my rant over Anthony Taylor, because again, I don't want to sound like I'm whinging here, but I need to go over the detail and I need to go over the analysis of these games that he's been reffing Chelsea, where we have been shafted left, right and centre. But before I do get into it, make sure you hit the bell notification, subscribe, and now let's get straight into this. Now, starting off with Mr. Taylor. Anthony Taylor is going to be reffing our game, officiating our game with Brentford, as I've already mentioned 1,000 times. Paul Tierney will be the VAR assisting that. Now let's analyse game number 1, shall we? Game number 1 of Mr. Anthony Taylor. And can I just mention and make a quick disclaimer that every single English referee has only one shot at officiating an FA Cup final, because it's a traditional game. It's an FA Cup final. It's a cup final in Britain. The FA Cup has a lot of history to it, has a lot of value. Because it's so prestigious, only one English referee, only one referee can officiate the game for the rest of their career. They are not allowed to officiate 2 games on the bounce. It's just the rules. But Mr. Taylor somehow, doesn't abide by it. So Mr. Taylor, he slides under the radar and he's officiating 2 FA Cup finals. Ironically, both of them are Arsenal versus Chelsea, but we'll be delving into that a bit later on. But the first one I'm going to be analysing. Arsenal versus Chelsea, FA Cup final 2017. Fair enough, at that point there's not really a track record. Anthony Taylor, just a casual ref, English FA ref, officiating the game, no problem. Alexis Sanchez scores on the 4th minute. What happens? Clearly offside, and there's actually a handball in the build-up. What happens after a long, lengthy check? Anthony Taylor, he awards the goal. Would he do again? Been shafted whatsoever, but okay, humans are allowed to make mistakes. There's going to be human errors. Fair enough, we'll let that one slide. That's error number 1. Now you think a couple of errors here and there, it can't be too much of a big deal, surely. We then move on to game number 2. Gazzaniga versus Marcos Alonso. Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now, ironically, Chelsea go and end up winning this game 2-0. Thankfully, but this could have ended really badly if it wasn't for VAR itself. Now, at the time, giving you guys some context, Chelsea were leading 1-0 in the game. A ball goes over the top. Alonso chases down the ball, and Gazzaniga, who at the time was the Spurs goalkeeper, comes charging out and absolutely fly kicks Alonso in the upper chest, just under his neck, studs up like this, basically recreating the Bundesliga emblem, the Bundesliga logo. I mean, it's an absolute embarrassment. And the guy, I couldn't believe this. Anthony Taylor, who was officiating the game, gave a free kick to Spurs after Gazzaniga just karate kicked Alonso in their throat. Are you taking the mick? Are you taking the piss here? He then goes for a VAR check. He recorrects his mistake, so this time, rightfully so, Chelsea are awarded a penalty. and he only gives a yellow card. You only give a yellow card for a goalkeeper just fly kicked left back with his feet studs up, metal studs up in the air, up to his throat, and you only give a yellow card. We go on to win the game, so it never matters in the end. But again, dangerous play, and you're only giving a yellow. And initially, you gave a free kick. Game number 3, Mr. Anthony Taylor. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. Away at Old Trafford. This was exactly last season on the Frank Lampard. Pouring down with rain at Old Trafford in Manchester. Chelsea should have won the game. Free kick comes in, it's a set piece. Basic set piece, ball comes over the top. Maguire grabs Aspi round the throat in a pouring rain, drags him down completely. This is literally a high rugby tackle. This would be illegal in rugby. Forget football, this would be illegal in rugby. I mean, what are we playing here? What, American football? What is it? Sumo wrestling? What's going on here? Please someone explain to me what the hell is going on here. There's even VAR in play. Anthony Taylor checks the VAR and he still doesn't award a penalty. Maguire was nowhere near the ball, no attempt to play the ball whatsoever. Aspi was about to lift his head up to go for the header to attempt to head the ball, and he gets pulled down by the neck. This isn't by, by the hips or the shoulder. My man grabs him by the neck and drags him down, and somehow that's not a penalty. Unbelievable. That's the 3rd game. We move on as if it's finished. We've still got loads. Another one. This season, Liverpool versus Chelsea. The Reece James red card. Now, you're telling me, right? You're telling me that was a red card. Now, it is a bit ambiguous. Some are going to say, listen, it was a red card. Some are going to come on and say, his hand was on the line. But it wasn't intentional. It initially hit his shoulder, which is actually legal, right? And it's a natural reaction. I don't know what you guys want Reece James to do. What, is he going to have his hands? It's a natural human reaction. It's a reflex reaction. It initially hits his shoulder. That's the important part. It hits his shoulder, which is completely legal, and it lifts off his hand by accident. That is normal play. Now, some are going to say, well, it hit his hand regardless. No. Go and read the rules. That is not a red card. It is not a red card. Penalty, I agree, because yes, even though it wasn't intentional, his hand did actually stop the ball from entering the goal. So therefore, yes, I would agree that the penalty should have been awarded. I'm not arguing for that. What I'm arguing is the red card, because it completely killed the game. Why is Reece James getting sent off? It wasn't intentional, and it hit his shoulder initially. Again, who was the ref? Anthony Taylor. That's game number 4. Game number 5, he's not supposed to be reffing 2 FA Cup finals. Ironically, the second one, Arsenal versus Chelsea, again, same scoreline, 2-1, Kovacic red card under Frank Lampard in the first season. Why was it a red card? If you look at the images back again, and again, VAR was in play, Granit Xhaka initially stands on Kovacic's foot before he can actually make the tackle. If you look at it, it's slow-mo. So if anything, Granit Xhaka committed a foul, not Kova. But somehow Kova gets another yellow card, ultimately sending him off. That is never a sending off. We have been absolutely shafted, and ultimately that has killed the game, because at 2-1 down with a red card from Kovacic, it ultimately kills the game. Yes, Arsenal had the momentum, but you completely killed the cup final. You ruined yet another cup final. Well done, Anthony Taylor. Let's move on to game number 6, shall we? Chelsea versus Manchester United. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2. This was an absolute abomination. This game was ridiculous. I've never seen the amount of robbery that took place in this game, right? First of all, Maguire scored the second goal for Manchester United. United go 1-0 up. Maguire then studs up, boots Batshuayi in the balls, if you guys remember that game. Clear sending off, VAR in play, nothing is given. Clear red card. Maguire should not be on the pitch at this moment in time. Later on, Maguire makes it 2-0. He shouldn't even be on the pitch and the game is done. He makes it 2-0 and he shouldn't even be on the pitch. He should be sent off. We then move on to later on when Chelsea actually make it 2-1. Giroud comes on, he scores a header. His toe was offside. His toe was offside, shafted and finessed by VAR again. How are you not going to give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker? As if that's not enough, another ball comes into the box. Zuma then makes it 2-2. He actually gets the equaliser. But apparently Aspi ended up pushing United play in a build-up. But if you actually look at the VAR images, Aspi was the one who was pushed from behind in the corner. So Chelsea should have been given that goal anyway. Again, Anthony Taylor ruined yet another game. And you tell me that I've got some sort of an agenda or that I'm biased. I've just given you 6 examples. I've just analysed 6 games in front of you. And this guy is still allowed to officiate another Chelsea game, which we have against Brentford this weekend. I'm astonished. I'm done. I'm genuinely done. Yes, it ended up being a rant, but I've given you guys clear examples. I've not just waffled here. I've given you guys evidence. I've given you guys clear examples. It's ridiculous. Let's just wait and see, because at this point, get your prayers out. If you're Muslim, if you're Christian, please start praying, because, Allah, God, Jesus, whoever you believe in, please, because we need help. No, we need help. We're going to need a miracle against Brentford, against that crowd, with Anthony Taylor with that ref, because it will be 11 versus 12. He probably will send off a couple of Chelsea players to make that 9 versus 12. Absolutely ridiculous. An embarrassment. Absolute farce. But moving on to some positive news. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. Again, Germany beat North Macedonia 4-0. Yes, the opposition is North Macedonia, but that does, in fact, cement Germany's place in the World Cup group stages. They have cemented their place into the World Cup, so congratulations to Germany. Kai Havertz got on the score sheet in the 50th minute, and Timo Werner himself got a brace. So that's really good news. Scored a fantastic finesse shot as well in the game. Scored a couple of bangers as well. He's getting his confidence back. He's getting his form back. He scored against Southampton. Hopefully we're going to start seeing the best of Timo Werner as well. So this is only good news for Chelsea. So let's wait and see what happens on Saturday. Let's wait and see what happens in the next few weeks. But listen, that is me wrapping up this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.